On the night of August 16th, tragedy struck in northern China. A sudden flash flood ripped through a campsite in Urad Rear Banner, Inner Mongolia, leaving behind a trail of devastation. What was supposed to be a summer holiday retreat turned into a deadly disaster zone. Authorities confirmed that at least 10 people were killed, and 2 remain missing, after torrents of muddy water surged down from nearby mountains. Rescue teams say the victims were mainly tourists who had been camping by the riverside when the flood hit without warning. The scale of destruction was staggering. Witnesses described how a wall of water roared through the valley, sweeping away tents, vehicles, and everything in its path. Within minutes, the once peaceful campsite was submerged under raging currents. Survivors recalled the terrifying sound of rocks and debris crashing down as the flood swallowed the area. Rescue operations began immediately. More than 200 emergency personnel, supported by search dogs, drones, and specialized equipment, were dispatched to the disaster site. By Sunday morning, 8 bodies had been recovered. 1 person was pulled out alive, and intensive search efforts continued for the missing. But the mission has been anything but easy. The terrain around Urad Rear Banner is rugged and treacherous, and the muddy waters have remained dangerously unstable. Rescue workers have had to wade through waist-deep currents, using ropes and heavy machinery to clear debris while racing against time. Helicopters hovered overhead to spot survivors from the air, while drones scanned areas inaccessible by foot. Officials believe the cause of the disaster was linked to days of intense rainfall across the Ordos region. Meteorologists reported record-breaking downpours that rapidly swelled rivers and streams. With the campsite located in a narrow valley, there was simply no escape route when the floodwaters came crashing down. The tragedy has sparked a wave of questions across China. Critics argue that many riverside campsites and mountain resorts lack proper warning systems or emergency evacuation plans. The fact that a popular tourist spot was built in a known floodplain has reignited debate over safety regulations and the oversight of local authorities. Chinese state media reported that the Ministry of Emergency Management has ordered a nationwide inspection of tourist sites in flood-prone areas. Officials emphasize that lessons must be learned from this tragedy to prevent future disasters. For the families of the victims, however, these promises come too late. Grieving relatives have gathered near the disaster zone, awaiting news of their missing loved ones, while emergency teams continue their round-the-clock search. This disaster is part of a broader trend. Northern China has experienced relentless extreme weather this summer, with more than 330 rivers exceeding alert levels. Experts warn that flash floods are becoming more frequent and more deadly, fueled by changing rainfall patterns and climate extremes. For now, the valley in Urad Rear Banner stands as a grim reminder of nature's power. What began as a night of relaxation ended in unspeakable loss, a tragedy that has shaken China and drawn attention to the urgent need for better disaster preparedness.